Libra Sun. So this is an interesting place for the sun to be. Technically, it is debilitated here. This is a challenging place to have your sun sign, but only as an internal struggle. On the outside of it, your Libra sun will shine and people will really love to be around you. But you might be struggling with your identity on the inside. But not a lot of people would know that about you. That is because Libra is a sign that represents balance and relationships and other people and the whole realm of reality that is outside of yourself. So when you put the sun there, it is pretty much the opposite. The sun is all about your identity, but in ways that are not opposing. The sun is about your creative energy as well as the way that you project yourself. So there are a lot of positive things that come with this placement. People that have their sun in Libra are expert communicators. They seem to be able to navigate so many different situations in human society with relative ease and grace. These people are very harmonious. The way that they walk, the way that they speak, the way that they're interacting with everybody is done with such fluid precision. It's almost like clockwork, and it's something you don't really need to put too much effort in, like you're just able to kind of move through the sea of people and situations that are going on around you and find the best ways of interacting with it. You want peace and harmony and balance, and so you'll do everything you can with your personality to achieve that. You are what the situation requires of you and what it needs, and you're also able to take on a certain leadership role in terms of making this process happen, or within a group of people. You're really able to take charge and be authoritative because Libra is a cardinal sign. However, saying all this, where your personality will adapt to whatever situation that you're in, and this for you can be somewhat of a creative process, you might lose sight of who you are at the core. Libra suns really struggle when they focus on everybody else and not themselves. When they lose themselves in another. When they lose themselves in a relationship or a job or a friendship. And they start making decisions and acting in certain ways and having emotions that have nothing to do with them, but they believe that it is them. And you can start to change your personality in ways that maybe are not inherent to you, that are not natural to you, that are not serving your highest benefit. So if this starts happening, that's totally okay. Just balance it back out. Take some time to do things that you like to do, that you need to do, that are important to you, because you can definitely sacrifice so much of your energy for another person. Which is, like I said, so beautiful. And you will have so many really deep, real connections and friendships and coworkers and family members that rely on you to do so many things. You love working with people as a team. You love collaborating on projects. You don't really like to be alone very often. That isn't to say that you couldn't be an introverted Libra, but for the most part, if you can do task A alone, or you can do task A with 3 other people helping you out, you'll pick that option every single time. That's because you know that delegating things and combining things and rearranging and sharing can create so much extra creative potential and energy, and that frees up some of your reserves to do a bunch of different things. Libras are very good at multitasking, with their creative energy and what they give to the world. They have one task in one hand and one in the other. They can be very, very hardworking, and that is because Libra, as a personality trait, having it here in the sun, you become someone that's very interested in equality and social justice, making sure that everybody is heard, making sure that everyone feels included. You are able to listen to two people that have completely opposing arguments and understand the validity in both. You will listen to both. You're not a very biased person, but in turn, this could make you not a very loyal person at times, because you don't really like taking sides. So there's nothing wrong with that, but some people might be a little bit off put by this. If they just want someone to ride or die for them no matter what, you're not going to necessarily do that. You're going to weigh all your options. You're going to look at the perspective in the situation from whatever angles you want to, and you're going to take everything into consideration and your personality, and then you're going to give a really detached response to somebody, which really does create so much balance and equality in the world. But people that are into sort of gang mentality or cliques or trying to one-up others or archetypes and stereotypes, people that are trying to get a head up on things, the caste system, you know, you're not really gonna fall prey to all of that. It doesn't really matter what walk of life you're in. You want to treat everyone like you're on the same page. And if you have more than others, if you have more opportunity, more privilege, more resources, Libras are definitely the kind of person to give to those who do not have. And if you're a Libra that doesn't have a lot of things, you're gonna need to learn that it's okay to ask other people to help you out, to ask for advice or resources or whatever you need. You should have a pretty dense social network. So just learning that you are allowed to rely on people in order to achieve balance is definitely important. And if you are a Libra that has so much, make sure to give, and that will really humble you out a lot. So I mentioned that they are not always especially loyal. This is a stereotype. It's not true of every Libra. When they really fall in love or they have a really deep connection with somebody, they will be there for them as long as it continues to be in harmony, and benefiting both people positively. If they end a relationship, it's because they found a situation that equals them out even more, or it becomes off balance for one or the other. They're really looking out for everyone's best interests, and they can be very detached and logical and mental about these kind of things. Libra is an air sign. So even though, yes, they're dealing with so many people and so many concepts and ideas, it's all very much in their head rather than their hearts, even though it definitely will come off sometimes that Libras can be these very emotional people. That's just part of their personality. They can put on this show, they can be whatever they want to be. But my advice to you, Libra Suns, is to find out what you want to be. And if you surround yourself with people that are in harmony with who you are, then you don't need to change yourself at all, and it will all just flow so naturally for you, if you struggle with this. So I feel like I've already gone through so much of my time here, and there's really so much more to say. This really is a very beautiful sun sign that has so much to give, and the only downside is losing yourself. But in doing that over and over and over again, you really gain quite a lot of insight, and in some ways know yourself better than other people have access to. So I don't really like the word debilitated. It's just a challenge sometimes to have certain placements, but every single placement is just as good as the other one. There's specific types of wisdom to be found all over on this planet, if you just know where to look. So I don't want to go over 10 minutes, but that was just a very general overview of Libra Sun. If you want to share your experiences, I'd love to read comments, so go for it.